Hi guys, how are you? Hope you're having a good week. It's been, we're finally getting a little bit of rain here. It's been pretty dry. We had a week of where like every day they forecasted rain and only one day we got rain and it only rained about 20 minutes, I think I'd say. But anyways, we're finally getting some rain. It is needed. Summer's August is just about over. We're getting closer and closer to the autumn months. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you just get sick of sweating, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I'm wondering if any of you guys have ever heard of a term, or it's like a real condition that is very prominent in, or I'm saying that out of assumption, but I think it is pretty common among a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not going to deny that even I probably had it for a while, and that is cognitive dissonance. So it goes on in the brain. And I think a big part of cognitive dissonance is, of course, the person is going to deny that they have it, because I personally believe that's all part of cognitive dissonance. One of those things where you might think back years later, oh, okay, I did have it. But anyways, what is cognitive dissonance? It's when people hold a core belief that is very, very strong, and when they're presented with evidence that contradicts these core beliefs, the new evidence cannot be accepted. It creates a very, very uncomfortable feeling in their brain, and it's called cognitive dissonance. And because it is so important to protect this core belief, they will ignore it and even deny any evidence that clearly proves it wrong, or, and wow. I think, so yeah, wouldn't you agree that it's probably very common amongst Jehovah's Witnesses? And I am sure Watchtower has probably maybe known about it and using it to their advantage for many, many years. Mainly when it comes to, like new light coming out, how it's changing, and you've had very few over the years that really stop to question, like, that they're really think and questioning, because they don't teach their members to critically think. They just accept it as new light and continue, like it, and how has Watchtower been able to manipulate this? Oh, well, teaching them that, only do research in our own publications, no outside research. Everything outside of the organization and kingdom halls it's all Satan's system, evil. They only want to mislead you, wish you dead. Well, really, it's the other way around. And, everybody out there is out to get you. You gotta stick to what the Watchtower approves. That's the only stuff that's safe. And, it really shuts down that critical thinking. It keeps members isolated physically and mentally. Because, what are you told as a Jehovah's Witness? That you're in the one true religion, we're the happiest people on earth. And, okay, so I'm going to give one example of what I think is a perfect example of cognitive dissonance. And really, the best one I can think of is the 144,000. Watchtower has taught for many years that it's a literal number. But the Bible says it's a symbolic number. It even says it right there in Revelation. I think Watchtower just skips over those verses. It divides it into 12 tribes. And, you know, so in the so with the anointed, it's 144,000, which sounds like a high number, but if you think if it was really to span over so many centuries, it's really not such a high number after all. And the cutoff date to be anointed was 1935 for Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, so the majority of witnesses I knew would not have qualified to be of the anointed. Even some of the oldest ones that I knew, because there's a couple I knew, but yeah, they were born after 1935 though still, and and it's interesting to note that in recent years, now I think in late 90s and early on when I was a witness, I think the number was going down a little bit of who was partaking at the memorial. That's how witnesses like kind of show or announce that they're one of the anointed. 99% do not partake of the bread and wine, only the anointed are allowed to. But in recent years, the number partaking has been going up. So what's going on there, guys? You know, do you see how Watchtower just really screws with the brain and just messes up your brain? You don't have critical thinking. You can't question anything. If you have really serious questions, just keep it to yourself or you'll get kicked out. It's crazy. It's much better to open your mind, do research outside of the organization, and learn how to critically think. I think that's very important. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great week, guys.